What? I'm sorry guys, I pulled a couple parts off of this without you guys along. Still the 83 VT500C Shadow. I don't know what I pulled off, but you guys can look around and see what's missing. I just took the coolant bottle, I don't know. Battery box. There was a tool chest here, took that out. I removed the ground screw from the other side, and here's the ground wire. Yeah, good ground wire. I don't know, does anybody actually need those anymore? I don't know if that's a seller. There's the stop and tail light that has not been tested, so I'm not sure if that's a real good, hello CB900C. Not sure if that's a real good thing. Now we're going after the good old shocks. And if you're not gonna move this around anymore, I think it's gonna stay right here. We can drop this because it's on the center stand. And check out this side stand. I don't think I'm gonna sell this because I think it's bent. It's either bent or not the right one because this thing sits way down. And I think if I tried to bend it back into place, it wouldn't work. Or we'd bend the frame, which doesn't really matter. There's not really a good way to get it back into shape. Oh, well, I can just push it. Oh, that's right, I forgot. The frame's cracked. That's why. Ah, this thing might be straight. Now that I thought about it, when I saw this bending right back into place, there we go. That's probably where it's supposed to be. All right, we now have a side stand to sell. So, side stand, center stand. I usually sell them together as a pair. Let's go ahead with our 6 and get these shocks dropped off. Once you take off both sides, oh, going wrong way. I was actually putting something on a second ago. Once you get these off, get off there. Then this rear is gonna fall down. And if your bike is not sitting on the center stand, I just lost the bolt. I have to find it in the weeds. Hey, there's a wrench down here. That's not good. It's been down there for a while. Poor thing. It's probably sitting up here and fell off. Okay. Well, I've been missing that, probably. All right, before I forget, where's my bolt? You gotta get it right when you drop it. Even if you have trouble finding it, it's better to get it now. Oop, I felt something. Better to get it now than forget about it again. That looks like a 14 or 12. Let's see, since I just found this guy. It's a 14, okay. I need a different thing to get that off. All right, she's loose. Cool, that was easy. So like I was saying, this one's usually a different size. Nope, that's a 14 too. Got it. All right, 14's on the bottom. Can whiz these off. Now remember, this won't completely release because we have this bracket down here. There's a bar down there, so you can't pull the wheel off. So make sure you get that off, and then your rear wheel is free. So this would be better with the impact, but whatever. So a 6mm hex on top, and then your 14's down here. So pull these out, and this is gonna fall once I get that one out too. And this one is actually a bolt. It's getting kind of tight. It's starting to lean to this side. It's free already. Come on. All right, there's our bolt. I'll sell these with the thing, the bolts, because some people want that. So make sure you save those. Now watch, this is just a nut, and it's sitting on a stud on the rear differential. So there's a nice bolt, and see, those don't usually come with it. So it's a value for somebody. And then this will fall down if I pull this off. Watch. If I just release the top shock, yeah, it's in a bushing there. There you go. Now this shock comes right off. There's that. The other one's hanging simply because it's loose. So now I gotta take this out and then list those for sale. 14 comes back in on the rear arm for the rear brake, and you can turn that as you will, as much as you want. All right, so Once that's free, this can spin and that can come off. Down here, what is this? This is probably, there's probably gonna be a little pin in there. Yes, there is. I'll show you what I'm doing. There's a little cotter pin in there. Gotta unfold that. That's actually really light one, but it holds the nut in place. You don't want that coming loose and your back wheel spinning freely. So that'll come out. You might need a little pliers to pull it from this side. And then, I don't know, that might be a 14 also. Looks more like a 12. But we'll get this off and get back with you. Then we gotta loosen this up. That's a 12. Why would this pinch bolt be a 12? That's to hold your axle in. Then you got spacer, wheel, rear hub, and we got to turn this guy off to get that axle out. That's holding it on there. This is your drain. Sorry, this is your drain. What is that? 16 or 17. It's not a 14. This is your drain for your rear hub, and this is your filler. And it only goes up to the bottom of the filler. So if you open this, you shouldn't get any out. You should see your fluid, but this is your drain. And then to get this all off, you turn these, which are 10s, 4 bolts right there. Sometimes they come out with a stud, sometimes they come out with a bolt. This might be a little bit of each. All right, got that little cotter pin out. Just pulled it from the bottom and it straightened out and pulled through. These are junk, you should replace them. I don't know, I throw them aside. I think these are not 10s, they seem to be 12s. So that means we can pull off this guy, which is probably also a 12. This is also a 12. It looks a little bigger. So let's get the tool ready here. We got 10 on here. Grab it. 12, 12, 12. Okay, we got our 12. Let's see what we got. What is this? This is 12. Okay, that's out. This guy down here, 12. Easy. That's just a nut and a washer. And then this pops, oh, and a spacer. Nice. That's pretty clean. Way to go, Honda Shadow. Let's just pull these guys out. And then we can get the axle out. And we'll take the wheel off, which are pretty easy. Oh, we need to take this off before the axle comes out. So you have 2 options. Pop these 4 12s, as they are, and you can take this off without removing the axle. That's a lie. It has to get past here. So we do have to take that off. Okay. And this is just hanging there. You could get a big pry bar, which guess what? We have here. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This guy, it got kind of tight and rusty on the end, so I couldn't turn it anymore very easily, and it was just seizing up. So I just removed the pinch bolt here and pried this off. Now this is gonna fall off. Probably save that for somebody. Somebody's gonna want that. That'll come off of there, right? Should come off of there pretty easily. There we go. Now there's a little felt. This is a nice setup. I don't remember seeing all this stuff. It probably falls off and breaks and gets lost by the time I see these bikes. All right, so all we gotta do here, get in here and pry. Done. So I always forget to take this off because it's hidden down there. Now we do need to get this guy off. It's probably a, I'm guessing 19. Is that a 19 for the axle? Maybe. Well, 7/8 fits right on there. So whatever equivalent that would be close to. Where's my guy? Here we go. I would say go for that. So here, let's go ahead and, that was easier than I thought it would be. There's our bolt. And now, I don't think I have a hammer out here. Now we need a hammer. Hey, there's a hammer. Yeah, this will just pop right through. Use a mallet if you don't want to destroy it or make it worse. Like I said, this comes out and then you have a spacer here. It's pretty much all you're going to be worried about falling out. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This bike must have run at some point. Look, it's all greased up yet. There you go. That's good. Now, spacer comes out. That's gonna go back on here to keep it where it is. I think that's all we need to save. And put our nut on the end of there, wherever the nut went. I gotta do this in a different area. There's our nut. So anybody need a rear axle? It's actually pretty nice. So yeah, come get your rear axle. I'll throw it on eBay. Spacer, axle, nut. All the stuff you need for your rear. All right, so now we have the bottom off. We have this off. This could actually, this is your rear brake plate and everything. So if you're changing your brakes, this is all you need to do. Get in there. That looks pretty low. It's fine. All right, get that back in there. We'll keep it in there for now. Now, do you want to get your wheel off? All we need to do is pop it out of the final drive gear. And then you are basically free. Now this is in the way and I'm making a mess. So there we go. Pulled it out of the final drive gear. There's our final drive flange. This actually looks really pretty good. So our rear wheel is off. Like I said, that's your rear flange. You can unbolt that and replace it if you need to. If there's another spacer in here, and then your other gear is there, and that's how they mesh up to turn your rear wheel. If those are bad, your rear wheel might slip and you have to replace. I'm not sure if you can just replace. Yeah, there's a gear in there. If you start pulling this stuff apart, you could free that up. So now options are, we can drain this or just remove it. And if you keep it upright, it won't leak out. If you don't, it's going to leak out. So at this point, I need to label all this stuff so I don't lose it. This is actually a good looking tire. It's a little dirty, probably something wrong with it, but it looks decent. I don't see cracking. I don't see, there's some tread issues here, but I would run it. 130, 90, 16. 16? 16, yeah. All right, do I need that on a different bike? It's possible. I think the Super Magnas are different. 150, 80, 15. So they went with a 15, but it's wider. All right, it's a Metzler. That's good. What's on the front? Could I steal this tire for a Super Magna or third gen? 190, 18. This one looks a little rougher, but 190, 18. 190, 18. I feel like these are 19s. 190, 19. Oh, look at these cracks. This is bad. So yeah, this is a 19. So we don't need 190, 19. What about, what do we got up here? What's on the third gens? I need one for this, I think. But I also need the wheel. 120, 70, 17. Come on, guys. I know, we're going from Shadows to Magnas. I'll find a use for that wheel, maybe just for the tire, and we'll sell the rest. This guy, he's starting up. Good to go. Well, since we're going to keep this side stand after all, I used an 11/16 to get the nut off this, and then the bolt needs to be turned out from the back, but it's easier to get it once this spring's popped off, which we're going to use the giant pry bar again for that. Not a big deal. Pretty quick and easy to pop that off, especially if you're not filming, which is what I'm gonna do. Pop it off. You gotta be careful because you can launch this thing in the air. 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, it's not that hard. I'm making it difficult. Get out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this when I can pay more attention. There we go. I used the same 11/16 and got it off the back. There's our bolt from the back. That nut can go on there. There's our spring. Everything can be sold together. Here is our kickstand. All right, we're gonna do our 12s off here just to finish this up. And this guy's fall off when all these are out. So we're gonna have to make sure to catch it. Oh, that's right. I was gonna drain it for you. I think that's a 10" instead of, or a 10mm instead of a 12. Yeah, that's a smaller one. I'll drain it for you, and let's get that old stuff out of there. All right, let's just pull this out. Really, you wouldn't need a impact for this, but all you gotta do to drain your rear is pop this. I don't know how quick this is gonna fall out or how heavy it is. This gear oil is pretty heavy, so here we go. Where are we? There you go. Okay, well, we should probably, this is the vent up here. That's the vent thing, if you ever wonder what that is. If I open this, we might get more airflow and that might drip out faster. So let's go get something that size and let this drain out, and then let it get slow. I think we can let it drain a little faster. All right, 17 for the filler hole. I don't know if I can get this off with just, it's gonna move. Somehow I need to get it turned. I can go get an impact. Come on, 17, open up. I gotta hit that with a hammer would be good. Look, she's starting to drip a little more since I'm messing with it. Come on. Oh, there she is. All right, I think this is moving properly. Okay. All right. Oh, the bike wants to fall over. I could push it over real easy now. All right. It's starting to move. There we go. So I'm letting air in there. And there she goes. All right. 17mm. And now look, that just woke up a little bit. Letting air in there, and there it goes. There she goes. There we go. Nice. All right, so we'll let that drain out quick. That way we won't have as much in there to fall out. I have shipped these, and then you gotta drain them anyway, so let all that go out on its own accord. And then we'll probably have to set it up anyway to get the stuff in the bottom that didn't drain, but that actually doesn't smell or look too bad. So somebody took care of this thing and changed their rear diff fluid. That should be gear oil, 90 weight. So I'm gonna let that drain, and then we'll close it back up and pull these other nuts off. Just these two yet on the back side. And then we'll have a rear diff for sale. Guess that's about it for the day. We're getting down, I think. To get this engine out, we really don't have much to do, because I could probably break that off if I wanted to, that frame. We'll start pulling these bolts out and get the radiator disconnected and off, and then, you know, there's not much left. You got a front and some other stuff to drop. So, all right, this spacer fell out, but if you want to see what this looks like, there's the gear inside for the drive shaft. It goes up and hits a U-joint there so it can pivot, and then there's a spring in there. And then up here we should have gears in here. Yes, we do. Gear in there. There's also a gear out there, which I guess we have multiple gears there. That's gonna turn and kick out this way, so that connects to there. Let's see. Yeah, that guy came off. If we flip this over, you can see what we showed you earlier. There's our gear in there. And then the spacer guy. Well, I'm losing stuff everywhere. This fits either this way, probably that way. And then, yeah, this came off that one bolt right there off the shock. So anyway, there's that guy. And we're done for now. see you guys on the next one. Hopefully we're riding. Not this bike, but the other one, the Magna. See you later. Have a great day. Get out and ride, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.